Hello, my name is Dali, I'm your Danish Steven, and today I'm giving you my thoughts on Mortal Kombat 2. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Here it was, the movie I never thought we was gonna get. Like the first Mortal Kombat movie in this new series we are in at. I actually quite enjoyed. I know a lot of people hated that movie, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. I hated the main character, new original character Cole in that movie. And but I liked the fights, and like it was a weird comedy, and weirdly enough, I sort of enjoyed that movie quite a bit. So I was excited to see that the movie was gonna get a sequel. And when I saw that they had Carl Urban play, what's his name, Johnny Cage, I was like really hyped. Like, what the fuck? That's a perfect cast for an older Johnny Cage. Great, great, great. What a wonderful idea and cast. And the first trailer looked awesome. And here I am after having watched it. And maybe I'm just a little bit disappointed, honestly. So in case you haven't played any of the games or watched the earlier movie, the general gist of the Mortal Kombat tournament is that one realm can challenge another realm to a battle each year, I think it is. And once one realm has won 10 times, they can kind of take charge of the other realm. And we start the movie off by watching the big baddie Shao Kahn taking over in Edenia, something it was called, by winning the last battle in the Mortal Kombat from that time. And then we cut to 20 years later, where it has happened to Earth, and they have lost 9 times in the Mortal Kombat tournament. And I'm not sure, like, was the last movie a part of the Mortal Kombat tournaments? The one that had lost, I don't know. It seems like a lot of battle to lose, and we haven't like really heard anything about the previous battles. But oh well, let's ignore that. And Johnny Cage is being introduced here as one of the new fighters, and other new characters we're being introduced to in this movie is Shao Kahn, who is played by Martin Ford. He puts body to Shao Kahn. I'm not sure if he voices him as well, and he's like this giant, tall bodybuilder kind of guy, and he looks amazing. I feel like this Shao Kahn looks really, really awesome, so that's great. We also have Noob Cyborg, I think he is. It's like this shadow version of Sub-Zero, and he looks great. I really liked him in this movie. He's also one of the characters of the game that I really enjoy. And we also have Baraka, who, I mean, when he wasn't talking, he looked okayish. It's just whenever he talked, I never believed that his mouth was real for a second. The teeth look a little too crazy, in my opinion. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, oh well. We're also introduced to Kitana, who, alongside Johnny Cage, is probably like the main characters, if you know what I mean. Like the one that we follow the most, or like probably connects with the most throughout this. And I don't know. I think it would have been better if they picked like one or the other to follow a bit more. But then again, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm just babbling a bit now. I have no notes or anything. This is just my thoughts and shit. All I have is the IMDb page open as per usual. So yeah, it's a mess, honestly. And yeah, we are back with Jax again, who is like, I love Jax from the games. He was like my main guy back on the PS2 area of the Mortal Kombat series. And we have Kano back, who was my favorite character in the previous movie. He was just such fun. And I feel like maybe they overdid it a bit with him this time. Or maybe I just misremember how he was in the first movie. I don't know. I just remember really liking him in the first one. And here I was kind of like, maybe we should tone him down. Just a tad. And also, please, he has the laser eye. Please give him the like metal cover for his face. I mean, that would be so awesome. Now, it's not an awful movie in any way, means away. But it feels like it kind of lacks something. While we do get to see some fun fights, I feel like in some of the fight scenes we have the camera in a little too close, or it just doesn't feel that real in a way. At no point in this movie did I ever believe Carl Urban was a martial artist, like and I was a little bummed out by that, because I thought it was going to be awesome with him. But honestly, even though I did like his performance, I'm like, maybe we should have gotten another person to play Johnny Cage. Uh, it didn't, and it hurts because I freaking love Carl Urban, and I was so excited for him to play Johnny Cage. It didn't work for me with him. I think they needed someone who was like an actual martial artist to go and play it, because it lacked that pep and speed that you have when you watch someone who can actually fight. There was like at some point in this movie he's fighting Baraka, and he does like this weird arm thing, and it works. That's the worst part of it. It works, and that's when he's getting the upper hand on Baraka, and I was like, is that a real thing? It might be a real thing in martial arts. I've never seen it the way that it did that. It looks like when like kids are trying to dance, and yeah, I don't know. There wasn't really any fight scene in this movie as well. I was like, damn, this is badass. I'm loving this, and it also felt a little tonally confused. There's many serious and somber moments, and I mean, maybe this whole franchise in general, even on the games, are a bit tonally confused, but it just stuck out a bit more in this movie. Like, we have Cole, the main character from the last movie, who's all somber and being like, if I die here, I know I die for the right cause, because I do it for my wife and son or child back home. And then later we have like Kano, who was one of my favorite characters in in the previous movie, talking about what's his name, Kwai Chi. Oh, what's his name? The pale guy. I can never remember the fucking names. Looking like Lord Voldemort's balls. And I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe they just needed to have like. It's hard to describe because it is a series that kind of is like that, So to a point, they kind of nailed that, but maybe it just doesn't work as well in a movie sense, I don't know. The games, I remember being a bit more over the top. I probably would have wanted this to be a bit more over the top. I gotta say, this movie made me really appreciate the Mortal Kombat movie from the 90s. Like, I mean, granted, terrible acting and the CGI is awful, but man, the sets and locations are freaking awesome. You cannot complain about that in those movies. And here, it felt very much like it just was everything on a green screen. I didn't feel like they were anywhere, honestly, in this movie. And yeah, that's also kind of a shame. Like, because, guys, you gotta go back and watch the first Mortal Kombat movie at least. I can't remember the second one. Annihilation, how great that was. But the sets in the first Mortal Kombat movie with Christopher Lambert, awesome. Like, there's this like short little scene where they're like walking, and it's like this great giant wall, and it's there for like a minute or something. Like, it's fucking awesome. Now, we did get to see a couple more gory deaths in this movie, and I love that. I mean, it's a Mortal Kombat movie. It should be like blood and guts galore, and I wanted more. I really, really wanted more. Let's have some more like side characters or something like that, and just go crazy. I don't even know if this movie was an R-rated. It might have to have been R-rated because there was like guts and blood, but I wanted more. I wanted a lot more. I mean, it should have been like a bloodbath, honestly. Like, go absolutely nuts with that shit. I gotta say, my favorite moment of the movie was, and this is a major spoiler, so skip ahead if you don't want to hear this, is that the main character from the last movie, Cole, who I think everyone could agree they hated. Nobody liked him. This dull, original character from the last movie was in here, and he had like so little screen time, and it was for the good. And at first, he's just there, as I said, like they're talking to him, somber, talking about his wife. And the second time we like really see him is when he has to fight Shao Kahn, the big bad of the movie. And he gets his ass kicked and his head like smashed in. And I was like almost with my hands up in the air, like, giddy. Fuck yeah, get rid of that guy. We don't need him, honestly. And let's just say this immediately. We hate the character and not the actor. Let me just hurry up and say this. I don't have anything against the actor. I think he just did what he's supposed to do, but his character just didn't really add anything. Like, this is an established franchise. We didn't really need an original character like him. If they're gonna add an original character, I don't know. then it needs to be more of an maybe an outsider, a straight man who's kind of like watching this and reacting to like this. Oh my god, that guy just punched another guy in the balls, and that guy has like monster teeth. Baraka. I feel like that would work better instead of having Cole, who has like a hard skin he can subtract, and like tonfas he can pull out of the air. I don't know. And they never mention him again after he had been killed, and it's for the best, honestly. The fun thing about this movie, like when it is Mortal Kombat 2, but when we saw the title drop on the screen, it just said Mortal Kombat. It seems like it's kind of trying to forget the first movie, and maybe I can understand why. And you know what? Honestly, I think this is it for this little quick video where I give my thoughts. Maybe don't rush out to watch this movie immediately. I definitely think you should give it a chance, especially if you're a fan of the games, and if you're a fan of the previous movie. Hey, definitely go watch this one when it comes to streaming. That's a must. But honestly, don't rush out immediately. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, I watched today, and granted, it was like a Thursday afternoon, but still we were like 5 people in the cinema watching this, so I don't know. It could just be bad timing, but again, it doesn't really look like it's gonna go that crazy with this movie, judging by that. But who knows? Who knows? Like, I mean, it's a Thursday, it's the afternoon. Like, who knows? But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I would be ever so grateful. And hopefully you tune in on another video on another day. And until then, take care.